Now let us see the shadow of some 3-dimensional objects. Now this is a sphere. Now if you look at the sphere and you put light from here, then the shadow that is going to be formed will not be spherical, it will be in the form of a circle. So the figure is a sphere, the shadow obtained will be a circle. We will not get 3-dimensional shadows, we will get only 2-dimensional figures. So 3-dimensionally it is a sphere, but when we consider its shadow, the sphere, you can put light and project it on a wall and see for yourself, what happens is that you are going to get a circle. Now if you look at some other figures, let us say we are going to look at the example of a cone here. Now if you look at a cone and you are going to project light, the shadow that is going to be formed is in the form of a triangle. We are having a 3-dimensional figure here, and the 3-dimensional figure here is cone, but when I project it on a wall, the shadow that I observe will now be 2-dimensional, and that 2-dimensional figure will be a triangle. So we see that the original figure is a 3-dimensional figure, but when we look at its shadow, it becomes a 2-dimensional figure, because shadows are 2-dimensional. Let us see this cube now. Now if you look at the cube, it is a 3-dimensional figure, it has got 3 dimensions, length, breadth and height, although they are all equal to each other. But when I project light here and look at the shadow here, the shadow that is formed behind it will be a square. So you will get a square from a cube. And finally we are going to get another shadow for, let us say, a cuboid. This is a cuboid, and if you are going to project light here on the cuboid, then what happens is that you are going to get a rectangle, because this portion is blocking that light and shadow is formed by the blockage part. So what happens is that your original figure is a cuboid. So although the original figure is a cuboid, when we project light and we get the shadow, we are going to get a rectangle, and rectangle is a 2-dimensional figure. So we saw here 4 figures. A sphere, the shadow of that is going to become a circle, a cone's shadow is going to become a triangle, a cube shadow is going to become a square, and a cuboid shadow is going to become a rectangle. So all the 3-dimensional figures we had taken and we observed their shadows, they became 2-dimensional, and we saw that the sphere is becoming circle, cone, triangle, cube, square, cuboid, rectangle. The reverse could also be asked to us. You may be given the 2-dimensional shadow and you may be asked what is the 3-dimensional figure. So we will be able to do vice versa for all these. In that we can say that for a rectangle, we get a rectangle because the original figure was a cuboid. We get a square shadow because the original figure was a cube. It could also be a square itself. So it could be a 3-dimensional figure or a 2-dimensional figure. A triangle shadow is obtained either by a triangle itself or a cone, and similarly a circle shadow can be obtained either by a circle itself or by a sphere. So either from 3D to 2D, that is from the original figure to the shadow, or you may be asked, the shadow may be given and you may be asked what is the 3-dimensional figure or what are the possible figures for which this shadow exists.